Hello, my name is Derek Johnson with Tatango.com. Today I'm going to be showing you a business RCS messaging demo that is with Ezy Park in Orange and was shot at Mobile World Congress by the GSMA. If you want to watch the original video, we'll link to it in the description below. Let's get started.
Hi, my name is Alex Nourouzi. I'm a marketing director at Orange here at the GSMA Mobile World Congress.
Now, one thing to note is this demo is being done on an Android device, a obviously big Android device, but it isn't being done on an iOS or an iPhone. The reason being is RCS business messaging currently only works on Android devices.
2018. I'm going to talk to you about RCS bots and...
Okay, he's throwing out a lot of jargon here. Want to be clear. So he just mentioned the word bots. And a bot, and some people are saying they're RCS bots or RCS business messaging bots or messaging bots. They're all the same thing. It's essentially when a consumer is interacting with a computer that essentially the computer is mimicking a human. So if I text in to a bank and I say, hey, I'd love to know my balance, and the computer can figure out what I'm saying and then respond with my balance, that's essentially a bot. And it's replacing a lot of humans with bots.
Messaging is a platform. The little demonstration I'm going to give you, classic situation where you're trying to find a parking space in a new town, say, you found a parking space. I don't have the exotic application I need to...
Okay, interesting that they zoomed in here too. This is one thing that I know a lot of people that are touting and promoting RCS business messaging are trying to push, is essentially they're saying that when you're doing things like, finding a parking spot, in a new town, which is what this demo is, or let's say, you want to go to one restaurant that you haven't been to in a while, but maybe you won't go back. You don't want to download an app for every single experience because you got to download the app, you got to create a username and password, you got to set it up, and then it sits on your phone for a long time. That's just a bad experience, especially for these one-time uses. So essentially what they're pitching, what they're promoting is instead of downloading the app, is essentially the RCS business messaging experience lives within something, the app that you use most frequently during the day, which is your messaging app. And instead of downloading the app, you're just creating a new message to a new brand. So that's not very hard compared to downloading an app. So that's why they zoomed in here, and that's why he said this.
To do for the particular parking meter. You don't have any coins, but there is a QR code.
And that's a QR code, so he's going to scan it with his phone.
That triggers the SMS, Ezy Park.
Okay, so what he did there, he went really quickly, is he took out his phone, he scanned the QR code, and QR code is like a little code, it looks like a barcode essentially, a phone can read it. And he wasn't in RCS when he scanned it, but essentially it created a message and said, hey, phone, we're going to start a new RCS with Ezy Park. And this is an RCS message that you can see on the screen right now. So a few things. One is the green. That is done by design. That is the brand color for Ezy Park. So as you can see, it's in the header and then it's also in the message. So that's pretty cool, especially if you have a brand that is really focused on the brand color and maybe known for that brand color. Second is in the top left-hand corner, you're going to see it says Ezy Park. So it doesn't say, a short code like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because people don't know what short codes are or what short codes stand for. But if it says the brand name, that's very obvious who that is. That's really cool. And then on the right-hand side, across from Ezy Park, you're going to see a little badge there with a check mark. That's a verified badge. It essentially means that whoever that brand is that is on the left-hand side, that's who's actually text messaging you. Now, maybe for Ezy Park, not so important to kind of verify it unless you're giving, payment information, which maybe he will, in this demo. But think about like a bank. If I'm texting with my bank, I want to make sure it's my bank, not some scammer pretending to be my bank. You go down, it says verified again. I think RCS, the people that are promoting RCS are really keen on this verified function. And because of the fact that it shows up on the right, it shows up below, it's kind of everywhere. Below the verified blue little icon there is a link that says info and options. When you click that, it actually doesn't open a website or a mobile app. It kind of opens up a new page within the RCS message. And again, that's what they're toting is and promoting is everything happens within the RCS message and within kind of one message thread. So, it's a simple interaction with the brand. So when you click info and options, it opens up that little page, and there's going to be a button for reporting spam. There's going to be information about the brand, all kinds of information. So more information than currently is provided when you text a consumer on a short code. Okay, so let's see the rest of this demo.
Park has been verified, some information.
One more thing, I hate cutting him off all the time, but he's going through a lot of cool things right now that are specific to RCS business messaging. On the very left-hand side, you can see not only do they get the colors for the message, the green, they also get to put the logo for that brand actually in the message stream, which again, just makes sure that it gives a little confidence to the consumer that they're still texting the right brand and that it is the brand that they're texting that they want to text.
Options around that. You can see exactly where I parked the car as well. So yes, I know that.
Okay, now they have, I'm thinking that's an image. It could be a rich card, an RCS rich card, which then would pull information from somewhere else and put it in there. I don't know what it is, and he doesn't really explain it, but the really cool feature at the bottom is something that's unique to RCS, is what we call a quick reply button. And that is the button at the very bottom that says confirm. And essentially when he clicks it, and I think actually they skipped through this a little bit, but when he clicks this, it's actually going to create a new message, and then it's going to automatically send it to Ezy Park with the word confirm. And let's see if we can look at it here.
I'm Barcelona.
Okay,
I confirm that. Or I've got a nice Robin Reliant. So then I've got a.
He goes through it really quickly, and I think they cut a little bit out here. But this is what happened when he clicked confirm. The message went out to Ezy Park, and then Ezy Park spit back another message that essentially is what he's looking at currently.
Carousel here where I've got an
Okay, so they keep skipping through kind of pieces. So the top one is when he clicked confirm. Then there was most likely a button below that kind of ugly green car there that said something like, confirm or correct, and he clicked that button. Then it sent off a quick reply to Ezy Park, and now he received back this message, which said, please select how long you want to park. Maximum stay is 4 hours. One thing that's really cool about what's below that is that's a carousel. And essentially those are little RCS rich cards that he can actually swipe left and right to view different cards. Let's see if he does that.
A number of options of how long I'd like to park for. Yeah, so I'm going to go for 1 hour.
Okay, he could swipe left or right.
How I can make that payment. So we've got the phone bill, Orange Money.
Okay, these are interesting. This is again that quick reply button. He's got a lot of them down here, which is interesting too. If you have a bunch of these quick replies, you can actually swipe left and see more of them on the screen.
Various different options. So we just got an SMS.
Okay, they keep skipping through stuff, so I'm trying to catch up here. Remember how it said, how would you like to pay? And then there was all those different quick replies. Well, what has happened is he's clicked the button that said phone bill, and it removes actually the quick replies. All those buttons, it removes it because you don't need them anymore. It kind of takes up space. And then it has sent to this Ezy Park company the message phone bill, and then they have responded back with a text has been sent to your phone, reply below with the PIN in the text.
For the code.
That's a new message there.
Put that code in. That confirms my identity. And here we can see actually the name of the.
Okay, this is interesting here. So he's got the transaction, he put the PIN in or the code. So what here he's done is Ezy Park has essentially sent him a message, and then below there's actually two different kinds of buttons that are unique to an RCS business message. The first one we've gone through, which is a quick reply, which is that top up, which essentially means you want to add more money or time to the meter. Then there's the find my car. That's not a quick reply. That's what we call a suggested action. This is more like a button because it's actually going to take you outside of the RCS experience. So it can click to call, it can click to download an app. This one is going to most likely share the location with this app, or with the Ezy Park.
The transaction that will appear on the bill. I'll get a notification 10 minutes before the time expired with an option to top up again or find my car. So we're going to go find my car. That automatically launches Google Maps.
Okay, so this wasn't a sharing info suggested action. This is just opening up a mobile app, the default mobile mapping app on the phone, and then pinpointing where the car was. So when he clicks on that, it actually has a lot of information about where they want to drop that pin when they open the default mapping app on the phone.
Maps, where we can see where the car has been located, and where I am obviously can help me navigate my way around to the car. So what we've just seen is RCS messaging as a platform where we completely revolutionize the way that the customer parks the car, pays the bills, gets topped up, and totally better experience for the customer.
Interesting what he said there, and it kind of it goes through the entire customer experience, but they really never left the mobile messaging app, and which is the default messaging app. This is not a new messaging app that you have to download. So he started the conversation, which essentially was with that Ezy Park company. Then he chose all the different options, and then he paid for it, and then he came and found his car. And at the very end, they clicked over to the mapping application. But essentially, everything happened within the mobile message. No new app to download, no mobile web form to go fill out and then go back to your messaging app. Everything happened within the messaging app, which is unique to RCS business messaging, because with SMS and MMS, a lot of those things really couldn't happen all in the same message thread and all within messaging. So pretty cool use case for RCS business messaging. Again, my name is Derek Johnson with Tatango.com. This video was shot at Mobile World Congress by the GSMA. If you're interested in watching the original video, we'll link to it in the description below.